for you, but we have a lot of big story around the Nigerian Stock Exchange new structures. This was released late last week. It's a revised market structures that will be covering equities, ETFs, and bonds effective July the 2nd from the NSE. The market structure, according to the exchange, include regulatory and technological changes in order to drive a more competitive market, a level playing field for all market participants, and allows for deploying new strategies. That's the big picture. Let's get in this conversation and start this, how to put these new structures on the back of the recent new pricing methodology of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The head of research at AfriInvest is live here in the studios with us. Robert Omatunde, good morning.
Morning.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, still recovering from yesterday's loss. Yes,
yes, that was a loss on one hand, and try to find that you don't dress up looking like Argentina anywhere in Nigeria today. Folks' moods are a little bit not in a very a good mood, as it were. But well, we move on. Whatever happens, we learned that FIFA gives a handsome dollar to each team's playing. Whatever happens to you.
Yeah.
Some say it's $7 million US.
Well, let's not go into the analysis. We lost anyways.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, we'll rather take the trophy than the $7 million.
$7 million, yeah.
Quite disappointing. But it's a conversation for another day. I don't want anybody to draw some blood this morning when it comes to football. But this is the new market structure that the Nigerian Stock Exchange just released. So I'm sure you and the rest of your team must have taken a second look and maybe a third look at this new market structure. What's significant about this change that the Stock Exchange wants to start implementing on the first Monday of July?
Well, I think the first thing to be said is the fact that the exchange continuously has shown that they're interested in continuous development of the market, with different regulations, being churned out. This year, this is the second we're seeing after the new pricing methodology template was released. And for us, we think this is also going to further help to improve liquidity, and it will also help in pricing most essentially, which is what investors are majorly keen about. Remember that it was in 2012 that the NSE rolled out the market making structure, so to speak, where some houses were appointed as market makers.
AfriInvest was one of them.
Well, yeah, but again,
as a master market maker.
Well, as a market maker, but the main thing I'm trying to bring out from that is between then and now, we've not really seen the much of impact that has had in terms of pricing of securities. That was when the NSE introduced the pre-open window, which normally should start from at about 9:30 and then running into 10:15 before the continuous trading period now starts. So what you see is prices are able to move by at least 5%, during the pre-open period, such that if you're an investor and you're going to participate in the market for that day, you come in, say, at around 10:15, prices could have gone up by 5% or down by 5%.
So this is an idea.
Yeah, so the reference price for which you're going to trade that day now is between the price that it opened and the close of the pre-open, which is another 5%.
And 10:15 is just about a minute or so from now. So keep talking.
Yes.
I'm just watching. So that at 10:15 we're going to take a break.
All right.
Then we'll continue. Yes.
Okay.
And that's a period for market makers.
Yes, that's a period for market maker. There's a period for market maker at about 5% in the previous. 5 minutes in the previous arrangement. But what you tend to see is, at the close of market that day, it's possible that you bought at the lowest price after the pre-open period. But what you see, the gain, let's say you bought at the lowest price for that day and the market went as high as 5%, after the pre-open. You don't get, and you see the price closing at about, because you could go as high as 10.25% for that day, But again, the cap for trading is usually 10. It was 10%, and it's still 10%.
10%, yes.
So you don't get to participate in that
10%.
Yes, in that 10%, even though you've bought at the lowest price for the day. So, but this is going to bring equality. It's going to bring
everybody. Let's call it level playing field.
Yes, level playing field.
Level playing field. Level
prices can now go 10% up and 10% down each day. No longer the 9.75 and the 10.25.
We've got to break it down a little bit of what the exchange called the imbalance period and what the exchange is trying to achieve. Let's take that break. It's 10:15 and the market structure is going to change on July the 2nd. What is now a pre-open?